Hi there, Casey Zeman here, founder of Easy Webinar and best-selling author of the book Build Your Audience with Live Video. And today I wanted to share with you an opportunity that will help you to grow your community, build a deeper relationship with that community, and make sales. Now, this strategy has literally created millionaires, built lifestyle businesses, and is the cornerstone to profiting online. And I know, yes, I know that sounds hypey, but after years of having an online business myself and literally trying every type of way to grow customers and make sales and reach a worldwide audience, this one strategy has stood the test of time. Now, as I said, this strategy is nothing new. However, the way it's being used today is, and in this video series, we're going to actually be taking a look and talking about this new evolution of this strategy, okay? I also want to say that you could literally fail at this, and more than once, because I did several times over, but you can still succeed even if you fail at it. So what is it? What is this strategy that I'm referring to, this powerful strategy? Well, it's using the power of online events and webinars to essentially sell your product and services to your customers online. And remember, webinars have evolved in recent years. And if you don't know what a webinar is, let me just break it down for you. A webinar is an online seminar. It's a presentation. And historically, they were these simple 4x3 PowerPoint template events with bullet points. But now, webinars have actually evolved to so much more. People are using webinars as an opportunity to build a deeper foundational experience with their audience. They use it more like a broadcasting tool to do live video. And the experience has now changed to bring in a more nurtured experience. Even though the different styles have changed, as I just said, more of a broadcast with you, say, in front of the camera, there are still some key structural points that haven't changed. And this is what we're going to be actually covering in this particular video. Now, if you don't know me, I've actually been online since 2010. And at that time, I was transitioning from having a real estate company that had been on a drastic decline before finally switching over to the online world in 2011. Now, I went from having a successful six-figure real estate business to making as little as $15,000 the year after the recession hit. And at that time, I almost went into foreclosure twice, almost lost this house. I couldn't pay my bills, had damaged my credit, and was collecting unemployment at that time. Not to mention the strain the transition was actually causing on my marriage. Although I have to say that I wouldn't have been able to keep pushing and striving without the utter support of my wife and family. And it's so important to have that support because they can help you endure the failures and enjoy the successes. In 2010, I was struggling to get leads into my real estate business, and at the time, I started hearing stories of people finding business leads online. Well, after going deeper and deeper into this rabbit hole, I learned about this whole new world of internet marketing. And at the time, I started learning all about video marketing and YouTube. And to me, YouTube really made a lot of sense because video is a way to bridge a gap of impersonality found on the web. And that's when I started to see the power of building a trust and bond with your audience. And this is exactly what webinars and online events do. They're the next evolution beyond video. Well, even after I started learning all about YouTube, I was still not making any money online. In fact, it had been about 1 year since I started to look online when I made my first dollar. But here is the truth. I never made any money online, any online sales, until I started using webinars in my business. Yes, I had clients, but most of them were from word of mouth. It is only till I incorporated webinars into my business did things start to change. However, here's the funny thing, that my first webinar I ever did was terrible. It was awful. It completely bombed. I remember it very clearly. It was the winter of 2011 that I did my very first sales webinar ever. Up until that time, I had only done free events because I was really kind of paranoid of selling on a webinar. It's so clear in my mind. Wow. So my wife and I were spending the week at our parents' house, which is in the middle of a small farm town in Iowa, Stacyville, Iowa, population 481. I remember sitting at the desk in the back trailer of their house where we were staying. And it was in the middle of winter, so not only was it howling outside from the wind, but there was a heater blasting just as loud as a hairdryer. And all I had with me was this laptop, this old MacBook Pro, and a pretty dodgy wireless connection. And wouldn't you know it that I had struck this awesome deal with a very successful marketer to promote the event, but it was happening while I was on vacation in Iowa. And this marketer had a much bigger list than me. So we were actually able to get about 400 people to this webinar event, which is incredible. It was mind-boggling to me, that my first experience with this. And I was sweating bullets. I was stammering, I was stuttering. I couldn't collect my train of thought at all. I went on tangents and had terrible quality audio. It was literally the built-in microphone from my MacBook. And the internet cut out about 7 times while I was doing this webinar.